What, guys? Let's not die in the first stage like we did in Chippendale. How about that? Alright, we are gonna go straight away. So the timer actually starts from when you... Oh wait, I have the wrong timer open here. Sorry guys. Alright, we are gonna start from the moon stage and I'm gonna count down. Let's go in 3, 2, 1 and go! Moon stage has the best music in the game. Unfortunately we're not gonna hear that much of it because we're not going up in the spaceship to collect everything like we do in a casual run. You'll see soon why. Hello wall. Oh wow, whoa, 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 what happened there? I have no idea what happened, but who needs Gizmo Duck when you can make a little speedrun trick and skip straight to the rat boss. Alright, so the pogo mechanics in this game they're actually fairly interesting. I showed off one hit there. As you could see, I didn't take damage even though he jumped straight on my head. And that is because if you don't move horizontally and if you let the boss hit you when you are moving vertically downwards, you're basically invincible. It takes a lot of practice to get the timing correctly, but you can do quite a few neat tricks with the pogo. Okay, Amazon stage. I managed to get the non-stop first screen here, which is... Oh, that's really good. Okay, let's try a hard trick here. Oh, we got it! The B pogo. Okay, we can lose 45 seconds here if I fail this trick. It's one of the most crucial tricks in the run. But we didn't fail it. You're supposed to wait for that helicopter and let him carry you over, but... You know, that's just for wusses. We skip that by doing a very precise manipulation and the corner jump. Also... Okay, next section here, the Inca boss. He gave me a fairly easy pattern to work with. And as you can see, I did some nice hitbox manipulations there. So, really good. Next stage up is Transylvania, where we're gonna fight Magica the Spell. And this is the big... Well, the rat is the first reset point of the speedrun because he has like a million different patterns. Unfortunately, Magica has a million different patterns as well, and basically to be fully optimized you need one pattern out of 6 initial patterns, and after that she can give you a big variation of follow-ups. So this is... yeah, we'll see what happens here. Kind of like Chippendale, this run is very much about movement optimization and especially killing the bosses quickly. Oh, Magica! Oh wow, I got a high hit in. Oh, okay, well, she gave me almost a full swoop. That's almost the worst RNG you can have. You automatically lose like a million seconds if she does that, so that's quite unfortunate. There's nothing we can do, unfortunately, and I managed to get a high hit in, which is really hard. But it's fine. That's just my standard marathon luck for this game. So now we're going to the mine stage, and this is the most boring part of the game. We're desperately trying to find a key skip, but we can't find it. You have to go back to Transylvania to grab a key to gain access to the mine stage. There's the key. And then we go back. So, we have been trying to experiment with similar ways of getting past the moon stage barrier, but in this stage instead, but unfortunately the duckling is in the way, so we can't get it to work. And even if we did, we would just sip into the floor and basically get stuck, so that's very unfortunate. However, this is the shortest stage probably. You basically just walk around and get straight to the boss. In this boss fight you want to hit him as late as possible before he transforms, Because if you hit him late, his transformation actually becomes faster. So he rolls faster. So this was a quite recent discovery. So by doing this, we actually save... If you do the boss fight perfect, we actually save almost a half second compared if you hit him early. We got him, that was a good stage. Now on to the Himalayas and the Yeti fights. Mind you, all these stages and bosses are actually part of the cartoon as well, which is really nice. They kind of kept true to their to the material they had to work with, which is really nice. At least in Ducktales 1 and Chip 'n Dale 1. In the sequels they did some, you know, creative new things, but... Okay, here you want to run as long as possible. You see you gain more momentum on the ice, so you want to run as long as possible on the ice and not trying to jump as low as possible to keep the momentum going. Now we have the Yeti fight. 466 entry, that's good. Okay, let's see what pattern I get. Oof, we got the hard pattern, but as you could see I managed to get a hit. I managed to get the hit at the same time I got hit by the snowball, so I basically traded hits. It's really precise, but thankfully I have 25,000 attempts under my belt in this game, so I have seen that pattern once or twice before. Okay, we're already at the final stage. It's actually Transylvania for the third time. They must really have liked this stage. So, yeah. This time though we're going back to fight Dracula Duck. I think it's called Duckula, but sometimes they type it out as Dracula, so it's a bit weird. Anyway, there's a neat trick at the end of the run called the Tasbat. We have a 40% chance of... Duckula basically has 5 different spawning points, and 2 of them makes the trick called the Tasbat possible. So with some luck we can show off a really cool trick if we get it. But we'll see. Okay, we want them to be on the far right on the last spawn. Okay, we'll see now what happens. No! We didn't get it. That's unfortunate. It's a really tight trick to do. You need to hit him perfectly at the same time he spawns, and after that... well, it's too hard to explain here. It's fine though. We got to the chest before Flint Heart Glom Gold in 7 minutes and 21 seconds. It's actually a pretty good speedrun. So this game is... that was the game. It's a short game, it's one of the easier NES games to learn, but just like Chip 'n Dale, it's one of the harder ones to master. The run is insanely optimized by this point, but I would really like to see more runners of this game. It's already one of the most run NES games. It has very many submissions on speedrun.com, but there can never be, you know, enough Ducktales runners. So please, everyone, consider getting into speedrunning. This is a good game to start with. So, Scrooge is the richest duck in the world. Still, that's good. That's great. And he couldn't have done it without the ducklings, obviously. So, that was it for me for today. Nate Prado, yes, I do speedrun Batman, but that's another story, not today. Alright, I will be back on Friday with Mega Man 2 for Game Boy. Until then, keep looking at this awesome Disney block. Up next is DuckTales 2, run by, I think, Enemy, who is one of the great DuckTales 2 runners.